I don't even know if I'm on here. Am I on here? I don't even know if this works. Or have I added myself? Oh, trying to use a new thing, people. Somebody suggested yesterday using StreamYard because I'd be able to have people on with me talking, like your faces and stuff. So I thought I'd give it a go, but I don't even know if there's anybody there. Guests. No. So I think I'm already on there. Oh, God. Oh dear. If you can see and hear me. Oh, you can. Morning, Kaza. Well, that's actually better because the comments come up down the bottom and stay there as opposed to flashing on the screen and disappearing like that. So this is StreamYard, and somebody suggested it yesterday. It streams to various apps if you want it to, and it seems to have a slightly different interface. But what would be good, or what will be good, is that I can say pick somebody every day to come on and talk with me, so their picture would appear sort of beside me, a bit like a Zoom call basically. So I thought that was quite a good idea. Anyway, how are you, Kaza? I just need to clean my glasses because I've got so much smudge on there. Hang on, you're going in the cupboard for a minute, people. Ah, you're in the cupboard. How'd you find it in the cupboard? Oh, need to clean my glasses, they're filthy. Covered in rust from the gate. Oh my goodness, I'm half awake this morning, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm not with it. Didn't sleep too well last night. Could quite easily have carried on and slept all day. Baby Bear is still in bed because she's on a late shift today. So I expect she'll come down all grumpy that I've woken her up because she's not used to me talking. Do you know what? That's one of my favourite sayings, Kaza. Another day, another dollar. Another day on the hamster wheel of shite. Tell you what, I found a really good YouTube channel last night. I mean, it's done by a celebrity, Russell Brand, but I never knew quite how clever and intellectual he was. And hi, Rose Petal, what a lovely name. He was ranting on about, he ranted on about everything, but really articulate and some really poignant points, to be honest, that I hadn't considered, about monarchy and corporate power. And did you know that in America, the opposition pay for their opponents' advertising campaigns because they think if they highlight the least likely to win, that it'll do them good? How does that work? Oh dear. Anyway, so who are the other 9? Come on, I've got 2 people on here. Let's stump up and say hello, people. Oh dear, it's not a good view of my chest, is it? I need to find my. Say hello, boys. Hello. Hello. Where are you, Junga? There you are. Here's Junga. Oh dear. Polly Palomino. What a lovely name. Gosh, there's some people with some really lovely names. Hi, Sue from Sheffield. Sean, good morning. Hello, boys. Yeah, the boys is here. The boys is here. Here's a Dak. And this is a Tunky. Where are you, Tunky? There's a Tunky. And a Dak together. There they are. They're on their mama. They're on their mama. Oh. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people have said hello. Come on, you other 5. Now, how is this StreamYard? Are you seeing me like you normally do? So do you see me on the YouTube app or do you see me on the StreamYard app? I don't quite understand how that bit of it works. So just to explain, yesterday I was saying, and I've always said it, that it would be nice. If I put you there, it would be nice if I could have other people actually talking back to me as opposed to just making comments. Hi, Christine. Everybody get to know everybody because we're going to be close little family every morning. I thought I could have a person a day. Yeah, exactly, Polly. Don't be shy, guys. We could have a person a day like come on with me, or even 2 or 3 people. I think I can have up to 6 on the free version of StreamYard. I mean, maybe in time, if it works, I'll pay the extra and I can have up to 12 people. But and then if I can add you on to this, and then your face and your voice would be alongside mine. So we could have a verbal chat that everybody else can see. But I understand you can also private message. So I think it's for when you're interviewing people and they're saying something they shouldn't or whatever, and you can put, "Oi, shut up," without the audience hearing. I think that's the general consensus. I think that's what it's designed for. But the young lad that invented it seems quite savvy. He's obviously clever boy, isn't he? He seems quite young too. He's got an odd name, Gage, Geige, Gage. Never heard that name before. But I could stream the same stream to Facebook and Twitter. I could do all of them at once. It sort of allows you to. Oh, Jack, stop wobbling the table. It allows you to stream on different apps. Hi, Janet. Morning from sunny East Yorkshire. Retired. Just having my breakfast. I'm retired too, and I had something to nibble in bed earlier, but I've not had breakfast yet. Hi, Tanner Family Memories. I'm not sure what YT stands for. I'm not down with or whatever it is. I'm not down with it. So yeah, if you'd be interested in coming on and talking and having your face on and yakking to everybody with me, you just need to drop me your email address. And I think from what I understand is I would send you an invite. Now, what's not clear is whether you'd need to get an account with StreamYard. But even if you do, it's free and it's literally send them your email address and they send you a link and that's it. There's nothing more to it. They don't take any more details, or it's literally just your email address. And then I can add you on, or I could take you off if somebody starts gobbing off or being vile. It's quite easy. You just press the end button, so to speak. Now, the one thing I do like about this app. Oh, look, I can put a banner on. Hang on. There we go. Look at that. I can put all sorts on this. It's I think, slightly better than the YouTube interface, if I'm honest. On YouTube, I see a really big picture of myself, which is not ideal. But the comments you make, they pop up as you make them. And then, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I presume you see it from the other side. I don't know. But for me, they then vanish. And if you want to see them, you then have to put your finger on the screen and keep your finger there and scroll backwards and forwards. At least with this app, everything you've said is right there underneath me. I'm small, ideal. I can turn my mic off. I can turn my camera off if a naked person ran past the window or something. I don't know. Yeah, liking it. So far, liking it. But like I said, have a think about it. It may take a few weeks for everybody to get to know each other, but if they do, then we can have people on and chat. Don't know what you'll think about that. Yeah, the other thing I was talking about, I started watching Russell Brand's YouTube channel last night. He's literally up to nearly 3 million subscribers. I don't know if he could share a few. But he puts a video out a day, and he's talking about topics of the day, and he basically tries to delve behind the spin we're given. So, for instance, Ring doorbells. You see the adverts about protecting yourself and being able to see who's there, the footage, etc. But in America, there's a big problem because, well, it's probably the same here, undoubtedly. But in America, they're passing it to law enforcement agencies without any consent from the people whose doorbells it was recorded from. And like he said, what he wants his doorbell to do is tell him there's somebody at the door, not grass him up to the cops. Now, he does rant a bit, as in he's quite an animated character. If you know Russell Brand, you know what I'm talking about. But I've always thought he was just a bit of an intellectual idiot. When he's interviewed on TV, I guess he's got to be, well, he did get himself into trouble once, didn't he? But he's got to be really careful. But I was mesmerised, I have to say. I went through all sorts. He talks to people about food industry and who's controlling the narrative. He talks to people about the Democrats and the Republicans and why one party is paying for the other party's adverts just to try and undermine them. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing, darling? Nice to see you. Nice. What I'd like you all to do is update your avatars so we can actually see what each other looks like. Wouldn't that be nice? It doesn't matter if you enhance, use a overlay, but if we're going to meet every morning, it would be nice to know what each other looked like. That's just my opinion. Yeah, what else was he talking about? The Amazon sort of thing, with Ring doorbells and the fact that they're sending. I already knew that the Alexas were sending information to government agencies. They monitor for certain words and such, and I have to say that did concern me. But I've got so used to and so lazy about Alexa do this, Alexa do that. But hi Debs, I'm good. Lovely to be with you this morning. No work. Whoop whoop. I was saying, Debs, I don't, you probably before you got here. Oh, shut up, Boo. That I'm streaming via an app called StreamYard, and I can have, hi Marie, we can have people on to chat. So I can put, if I send you an invite via email, you could be on the screen with me. Everybody could see you, everybody could hear you, and we could have, well, they call it an interview, but it would just be chatting like we're chatting by typing, but verbally. And somebody suggested it yesterday. I can't remember the lady's name, and I thank you for it if you are here. But I thought, not this week, but maybe next week. Yes, exactly, Marie. Thank you for that. Hey, everyone in the chat, let's all get to know each other, because if I'm going to do this regularly, we are going to see the same names every day. Get those avatars up so we know what each other look like. Let's go for it. Have you parked, Chunk? Oh my days, that is honking, mate. Oh Lord. What was I? Oh yes, Russell Brand. Just some of the things and the way he articulates it has got into in here. You have set views on subjects. So let's, for instance, take royalty. I am a royalist. I've worn the Queen's insignia on my chest most of my life. I've sworn allegiance to her. But like he said, why are their wills sealed? Apparently they've just gone to the High Court to seal Prince Philip's will, and we'll never see the Queen's will. And why? If there are figureheads and they are our public servants, Why don't we get to know what's in their will? Everybody else in the country has to declare their wills. And then he was saying, we grew up with the Queen. She was our matriarchal figure. He said, and with religion waning, it was almost like she was our female sort of matriarch, our archangel. And now she's gone. Will that transfer to Charles? We already have male figures. We don't really need another male figure. And like he's saying about, we're skint. Let's face it, we're skint. We can't pay for public services. Our health service is waning. The police service is under whatever. No, exactly, Marie. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I think they're brilliant. Excuse me, for the UK. I think as a USP, we couldn't do better. But, and there is a big but, we're all struggling. All of us, all normal people are struggling. Hi, Sarah. We've got to look at the way we finance and do things, surely. And the fact that over the next 2 years, this country will be paying the royal family £33 million when the Queen or the Crown's estimated wealth is 58 billion. Surely, with all their land, and he also, he goes into showing how much land they've got and how much money they earn. Why then are we forking out for them? Why do we still accept that the privileged... Sorry, somebody ringing Pirelli, I think. Are you still all there? Yeah, I think you are. Why do the privileged stay privileged and everybody else just has to put up with energy prices, cost of food, fuel, literally, people's public transport not being there for them to get to work, so on and so forth? And he's right. And I have been and down the biggest royalist you could find. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, if you watch his channel, there are things... He doesn't need subscribers, by the way, with 3 million. But I just thought I was fascinated by it last night, and maybe you would be too. Go and have a look, and we can have a chat about it. It's things like this that we can sort of discuss today, and then you can go off and have a look, and we can talk about it some more. Yeah, I think if they're worth 58 billion, I think they've got enough to get by, and they've got enough houses to live in, and we've given them enough public protection, and we drive them around, and they've all got their own PPOs, public protection officers, police officers. We're paying for all of that. Fine. If they're our USP, we look after them. I get that. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. What I do have an issue with is if somebody's worth 58 billion, and I didn't know this, I thought they literally just had I thought all the palaces and everything were like ours, and they got to live in them. I'm stupid. I am. Oh, sorry. Somebody keeps ringing Pirelli, and it's interrupting my stream. I do apologise. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find another device to do this on as opposed to a phone, aren't I? Oh, the dogs are at the back going off on me. And this morning I am a lazy bitch. Earl Grey today. Cheers, people. Oh, she's awake. It is alive. The child is awake. Yeah, and what else was he saying? What possible reason could there be to seal the will? And he went through them, like, had an affair, sending money to a mistress, got too much money, don't want you to know about it, giving it to somebody you shouldn't be giving it to, supporting a cause people won't agree with. And they say it's because they deserve their privacy. Well, frankly, bollocks. If you want your privacy, do what Harry did. Quite simple, isn't it? He's buggered off. He's quite happy to go and do his own thing. Crack on. I mean, I've learned all sorts this week from YouTube. Will you just sit down, Moo, please, and stop being annoying? No point marching up and down. Just sit down, please. Oh, what are you doing, dog? Back, forwards. Sit down. Thank you. I think the only thing with this one, I can't turn the camera around, but... Oh, Jack, for God's sake, can we all just sit down? This is getting ridiculous. Let's all sit down. We can all sit together. Like, Moo, sit... Moo, sit on that side of my leg. Jack, sit down. Sit down. We can all sit together, can't we? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Oh my God, what a palaver. Why? Why seal the will? If you're a public servant, everybody else has to be transparent. Why not them? He made, anyway, the point I'm making, there's no point me, I suppose, reiterating it all. Just go and look at what he says, because he's on point and he was so articulate and he's so good at laying out examples so that a dumb person like me can follow along. Spot on. And if you told me that I'd go and watch a Russell Brand YouTube channel, I'd have said, that's what I'd have said. But I was really impressed last night. Oh, I mean, they get lots of support. We need the money. That 33 million that they're entitled to as their pay could easily be pumped into the UK. As for the blinking Democrats paying the Republican candidate adverts to try and highlight what idiots they are, I find that unbelievable. Yes. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Marie. Yeah, I only found it yesterday and I don't know how it came up. I think it's because I've been looking at royal, commentary on the funeral, and his comments about their will and it being sealed were, he was highlighting it, and it's one of those moments when you have like a bit of a ding moment in your head, like, oh, it's like somebody's taken the blinkers off and you suddenly realise, oh, I'm glad I found something that everybody likes. Great. Let's all go and watch him and we can talk about what he says every day. In time, I'll have him on as an interview. I wouldn't be able to keep up. I couldn't interview him because he's too clever for me. Bottom line, he is so articulate and so... Monty, can you just come and sit down and shut up? Oh, he's driving me wild the last couple of days. He just doesn't seem to be able to settle at the moment. Yeah, good. So the rest of you go and watch Russell Brand. I was picking through all the different topics last night because he does like one a day. Clearly, he records many at a time because I was noticing like the clothes and the exact hair and the exact everything like 2 or 3 days ago matches what he was wearing. Like, and I know we all wear the same clothes, but it was obviously the same point in time. But why not? I mean, I know one a day takes time. It takes planning. It means you've got to be a certain place, certain time, and so on and so forth. Yeah, he's got, and I like the fact that his spiritual side seems to show through. He's talking about us all being enlightened beings and that we all have a spirituality and we are all one. And he's sort of spouting the same sort of conclusions I've been sort of coming to as I've been investigating spirituality recently. So, yeah, I was really taken with him yesterday. There was another one I started watching yesterday, and I can't remember his name. Was it Harsh Reality? I think the channel's called Harsh Reality. It's an English bloke basically commentating on various crimes and his opinion on them. But I don't know if you follow Adventures with Purpose, the search and recovery sort of dive team that go looking for submerged vehicles in the US. They recently found a high profile missing person, and there's a lot of conspiracy around the case, the Kylie Rodney case, about whether she was murdered or whether it was a hazing. I think they do in America. That was another thing I learned all about yesterday. Hazing. What a ridiculous practice that is. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm glad you've all popped along. There's been probably about 20 of us. Let's all get our avatars sorted for tomorrow. I want to see some nice pictures of you all. Can't believe half an hour goes quite quickly, doesn't it? Oh, the dog is driving me wild. He's now sat staring at me. What? Oh, Monty, seriously. 24 watchers. 24 is a bloody good number. Now, and remember, if you want to come on and be with me, hazing. In a nutshell, hazing is an initiation practice when you enter college to get into all these. I don't really understand this fraternity business, but from what I can understand, it's like clubs, little cliques, and it gives you kudos to be in certain ones. But in order to enter them, you normally have to go through some sort of ritual, which involves sort of pain or extreme or danger or something to prove your worth. And Kylie Rodney was a young 16-year-old that went to a party and then went missing. And 2 weeks later, Adventures with Purpose, a volunteer dive and search team that I've been following way before. Shut up. Come and sit down now. No, you're being naughty. They found her in 14 feet of water, literally 40 feet off the shore, in an area where the cops had already searched. There's some suggestion, because it's a really small town in America, that the cops might have had kids at this party and that there's a huge cover-up going on and that everybody's trying to, have a look it up. Kylie Rodney, Kiely, and then Rodney, Rodni. Go and have a look at the case. So Harsh Reality, that was another channel I picked up yesterday. And he talks a lot of sense as well. I haven't watched more than really on the Kylie Rodney case because I'm not au fait with the Summer Wells case and a few others that he's been commenting on. But he's obviously a bit of a gobshite. A bit like me. Says what he thinks. But, good. I'm glad I'm not the only AWP. My only criticism of AWP is I tried to buy some merch. Wanted one of their t-shirts. Desperately want one of their t-shirts. But the bloody postage. I think the shirt was like, I don't know, $20, for instance. The fecking postage to here was like $80. So the total was $100 for one t-shirt. And I'm like, that's not happening. I have tried to ask them why they need their overseas postage to be quite so extortionate, but they've never answered. Not that they would. I'm sure they don't even maybe think that other people are like, yeah, they must do. Anyway, good. I love AWP. I think Jared has become a little bit too big for his boots, if I'm honest. Look up Kenrick Johnson's death. There's a conspiracy of a police cover-up there too, all in school. So sad. All right, I will. Thank you. Kenrick Johnson. Yeah, as an ex-cop, I look at or listen to some of the commentary on what happens in the States, and I'm I'm only going on what I can hearsay, but I think some of what goes on over there is pretty dubious. I mean, if somebody comes to the UK cops and says there's a missing person and they're concerned for them, end of. We have a duty of care. You start the paperwork, you get the investigation rolling. Over there, it just seems like, oh, well, they're an adult. They've probably gone on holiday or something. They don't seem very, I don't know. There seems to be a lack of professionalism in some cases. Oh, God, I'm going to get the right backlash for that. I know I am. I'm only going on the cases that I've sort of listened to through true crime and podcasts and so on and so forth. So forgive me if I'm only, I mean, the difficulty with it is, I guess you're only going to be talking about the bad cases. And all the other cases that have gone swimmingly, you won't hear about. So it's much like all the criticism about UK cops. Yeah, sometimes they fuck up, but there's always a bad apple in every profession. It's not just the cops that have got bad people. There are bad doctors, there are bad bus drivers, there are bad, CCTV lost, evidence lost, police, children involved, their version of cause of death does not add up. See, now this is the sort of thing I've heard time and again in the States. And I think I go back to Russell Brand and the fact that everything is tied up in power. We are all kept in a jar by those with lots. Like the other thing, I'm over time, I'm sorry, but one last thing. Another thing he was talking about was the cost of drugs in the US. And that, say, I'm quoting daft figures, but around about right. But about 70% of US people would like the cost of their drugs reduced. But because the big pharmaceutical companies are sort of paying for the politicians, it's been denied. So, like he says, what is democracy? If that percentage of the US people want it, it should happen. But just because the people in power with loads of money, I'm on the live, darling. She says hey. She says hey again. Oh, Chunker, I know she's up there. No, knock the phone over. It's too long. Oh no, it's going to be ended, darling. I only do 30 minutes. Well, hurry up, sweetheart, because I've promised. Oh no, I've put your comment on the screen. Look at that. You can put people's comments on the screen. Oh, I like that. Look. Do you not see what everybody else says? Oh, I'm talking to them, Ellie. Do you all see each other's comments? Can somebody tell me on this thing? Can you all see each other's comments? Or do you only see them when I put them on the screen? I'm a bit confused. Doesn't take a lot. Can somebody tell me? One of the 17 of you that's left. Are you seeing each other's comments? Good. Right. Okay. So when I put one on the screen, it just highlights it. Yes. So if I put that up, we can see the chat. Yes. Can see all comments. Brilliant. So it just highlights people and puts them on the screen. Oh. Oh dear. I'm a bit perplexed. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on then. So Kaza can, Marie can. Is the live at the same time every day, Lisa? Yes, Christine. I'm trying to do it 10:30 till 11 every day. Because that's a time I thought people would be sitting down for a cuppa or their brekkie or whatever. And I thought if it was a regular time, people could sort of get it in their heads and know when we're all going to have a little chat. But I don't know if half an hour is the right amount of time. I've already gone over today. Shut up, child, cackling in the background. I don't know if it's the right amount of time. I don't know whether it should be a different time. You'll all have to tell me, should it perhaps be in the afternoons? Should it be later in the morning? Would it be better at lunchtime? And so on and so forth. This is something we'll have to work out as we go along. Now, I'm liking this interface, this app, but we'll have to be careful if people can't see each other's comments. Everyone needs to be in live chat. Top right of chat. Click the 3 lines and select live chat. Oh, let's highlight that for everybody. Everyone, Debs, listen to what Marie's saying. Everyone needs to be in live chat. At the top right of chat, click the 3 lines and select live chat. Okay? Can you let me know if that then works? Hey, Jonathan. Hey. Hey. I'm going to look awful. Why does it flip me round? Oh, God. Oh, God. Why, oh, God? Because I look awful. You've just got out of bed. Everybody looks awful when they get out of bed. Hey, Fluffy. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, my. Oh, my. Don't stand on me. Marie says, hey, Ellie. Hey. Kazza says, hi, Ellie. Hey. Oh, no. What am I doing? Can't cope. Take that one off. There we go. We've got 19 left. I think we got up to about 24. Good number. 24 is a cracking number. You're stood on one tee. Not a good idea. Could go wrong. Not a good idea, mate. No, not. It's really not a good idea. Things we do in this house. Protect the dog. What time are you working? 4:30. Not till 4:30. Bummer. Chelsea's coming to see me though. Oh, that's nice. She's a Bournemouth at the minute. Yes, we know. No, she's going to college. What, in Bournemouth? She goes to Bournemouth College. Does she? Yeah. Why? Because that's where the course that she wanted was. Which is? I don't know. Helpful. Right. Okay, people. Now you've said hello to Ellie. Hey. On the date. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. I'm being given the eyes. My bike. Oh, yeah. Ginger Boo Boo. You're a little baby. 2 little babies, actually. Right. I've run over. I do apologise. Right, I'm going to go. Thumbs up the stream, people. What does that mean? Like it. Oh, like it. Thumbs up the stream, people. So weird. I'm weird. I said that sounds so weird. Thumbs up the stream. Well, it's what's the lady. I know. Just thumbs up the stream, people. Leave it on there. I'm using a new app called StreamYard, which means I can then have people on to talk with me and their face will be on the screen too. It's a bit like Zoom, but I want them all. Have you already been doing that? No, I haven't done it yet. Oh. People have got to send me their email address if they want to participate, but I have a feeling people are going to be shy. Most people here can't even put their face on their avatar. I can't see they're going to want to chat to me, but we'll see in time. Hey, you're so gorgeous. Oh, we've got a thumbs up from Kazza. Right. So gorgeous. He is gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Right, I'm going to go. I'll see you tomorrow morning, people. Madam will be at work, I think. What day is it tomorrow? Friday. You working tomorrow? 3 till 10. Oh, so you'll be here tomorrow morning as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Check out Russell Brand. She'll be here again tomorrow morning. If I'm awake. She might be asleep. I'm not going to promise. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Bye. 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 Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.